Alright everybody, we're working on day 3 of motorcycle training. How to ride a motorcycle. We got Austin. We've brought the bikes out here to Draper. They've actually got an off-road area to ride, and we're going to be riding that today. This morning we're just kind of brushing up on the basics. Austin's sitting in the cradle of his motorcycle where he's supposed to, in that sweet spot. He's also squeezing with his legs. He's got his elbows up and his eyes up. And again, what happens a lot of times with your new riders, when you introduce them to new stuff, they're always going to look down at the obstacle. And today we're going to spend a great deal of time looking up. You don't need to look down and see where your feet are. You want to keep your eyes up and start looking for the next obstacle. This is the camp area of Draper. And in an earlier video we've already kind of went around here, but I can kind of give you an idea where we're at. You can watch that other video, click on the link up above, and it'll take you to the Draper campgrounds, and there's some good aerial video of it, and you can get an idea and a feel for where we're at. But yeah, day 2, we're just brushing up on turning. We're going to stop up here. We're working on our clutching and stopping, using both brakes to stop. And today, when we start working on our standing up stuff, we're going to be steering with our feet. Basically, you're going to use the weight of your body weight when you're on your foot pegs. If you want to go right, you're going to kind of put more weight on your right foot peg, and your bike will start veering right. If you want to go left, you'll put more weight on your left foot peg to turn left. And right now, we're kind of standing up. Austin's behind me. I'm going to let him pass me. Yeah, just go ahead and pass me. Stay standing up so they can see what we're talking about. He's got his knees slightly bent. He's holding onto his tank with his knees, and he's just kind of standing on his left foot peg right now because he's kind of going left. Now he'll stand on the right, kind of veers to the right, and you get the picture. He's doing really well with this, so everybody give him a hand. Big clap. Yay, Austin. Doing great. I don't know if you guys will actually be able to hear his audio. We'll go ahead and do this loop one more time with him standing up, and then we're going to go out here in the dirt and play. That's one of the best ways to really skill build when you're working on a motorcycle. You've already got your basics down, and again, we purposely bought the dual sport so that we can ride and play in the dirt, but you can get 100 times more training riding around in a dirt area, especially a riding area, than you're going to get on the street, because once you've got your start and stop and your turns down, when you're out in a dirt place riding trails, the environment's constantly changing, your traction's constantly changing, your body position's constantly changing to make up for that. And that's what we're going to be working on today, is balance and counterbalance. We're going to go into, got some great lessons. So guys, just keep watching and let's go ride. You're not going to crash. But keep looking forward. You're doing good. Yeah, get off. You got to get on the low side to pick it up. Keep your head straight, looking ahead. See where you need to go. Pick your path to go, and commit yourself to doing it. You can do this. If I didn't think you could, we wouldn't be out here. This is just kind of sandy. It's not difficult, it's just sandy. Your bike's going to move around underneath you. Let it. Just relax. Kind of put your weight a little bit towards the rear when you're in the sand. Actually, this trail's one way, so once you get in here, you're kind of committed, and it's not a very long trail, and then we'll be out of it. Now, I will tell you, the trail's I think 5 miles long, and we're not. It'll get easier, so just hang in there. And trust me, this is a really good exercise. It's a good skill building deal. Real quick, if you guys are going to go out and ride at a ride park or something where you're going to be away from your vehicle, I'm sure you can probably see this. This is actually got 3 liters of water. He's got a lot of water in his backpack. Make sure you stay hydrated. When people are nervous, they drink more than when they're not. Okay, here's something that we've invested in order for us to be able to talk to each other. This is the Cena 20S. It's actually really, really awesome. I will do a whole nother review on this probably later this week or next week. But in case you're wondering, that's how we're communicating to each other. It's much easier when you should have your helmets on when you're riding. And then it's hard to hear sometimes when somebody's yelling at you across the field. These actually work really, really well. We're able to talk to each other. In fact, if I was going to say that there was something wrong with them at all, it's probably that they're a hair too loud. I keep having to turn it down. But again, also when you're excited, most people talk a little bit louder than normal. But yeah, they work extremely well. We're able to communicate. I can warn him of obstacles up ahead. And right now we're going to ride down this hill. Riding down the hill is going to be a little bit different than riding up a hill. Again, we're not going to do anything too steep. We're not trying to scare our new rider. We're just trying to educate our new rider. So this hill here, Austin's going to be behind me and he's going to be watching. But when you're coming up to a hill, you're still going to stay in your sweet spot in your seat. You're squeezing with your legs. And on a steep hill, you're actually going to shift your weight rearward. You're going to sit further back on the seat and or be standing up, depending on how steep it is. This hill's not real steep. Again, we're just going over the principles of how to ride and seating positions. But as you can see, my legs are still holding onto the seat. I've set way back in the saddle. I'm setting quite a bit further back than the sweet spot. And we're trying to put our weight towards the back so that we don't go over the front handlebars. Now again, this is not a steep hill. It's just it's a good one to practice on though. I mean, we're not wanting to scare them. I'm sure on the GoPro it doesn't show this to be very steep, and it's going to be the reverse process. We're going to get ready to go up a hill. You want to be constant on your gas, have your speed up to where you need to be. You're going to shift your weight back up to the forward position, and if it's steep enough that you're standing up, you want to be standing up and your chest will almost be over the center of your wheel. And on a steeper trail, you know, it may even be further than that, but this trail's not that steep. It's just an excellent trail for him to practice on. This is it's an old gravel road is what it is. So you do have some rocky stuff, and you've got some little bit of gravel and sand and that type of stuff, but it's an excellent trail to learn on. I'm going to have him do that about 5 or 6 more times. He's going to go down the hill. He's going to be working on his body position where it's supposed to be, and I'll get some different angles of it with different cameras, but that's what we're working on right now, guys. Going down the hill, as you can see, he's shifted his weight backwards. He's not sitting in that sweet spot. Then when at the bottom of this hill, he's going to actually just turn around. He's going to come back up the hill. We're going to do the hill a few times sitting with his weight forward, and then we're going to also do it with him standing with his weight forward, going up the hill. Up the hill, weight forward, down the hill, weight backwards. So make sure whoever you're teaching, they already have the principles of breaking down. Again, you'll look, he's got his weight shifted forward. He's up in the center, holding onto his tank with his legs. Excellent job, buddy. Good job. Again, he's got his weight shifted back, going down the hill, holding onto the tank, elbows up. And again, everything that I'm saying to you, he can hear because we're tied into the Cena 20S. Holding on with his legs. Elbows up, not down. Elbows up. There you go. That's good posture right there. That's good riding position. Alright, this time he's going to stand up. He's going to keep his weight rearward. He's still going to be holding on to the center of his seat with his knees. That sweet spot, but he's got his rear end should be closer to the back of his bike. And he's doing pretty good for this hill climb. You can see his weight's back a little bit. And he's just doing a really good job. Guys, give him a big round of applause.